Welcome to the video, guys. This one's going to show how we go about getting a getaway car. Some of our work is pretty high heat and we don't necessarily want to use our own cars which are registered to us and so on, just because, after all, this is roleplay. So here Carlo and Tom are meeting up and they're jumping in Tom's car and they're going to go basically driving off looking for a good potential getaway car to steal. And then you'll see the crimes and how they go about doing it. So this is just a good quick guide on how to go about getting a getaway car. So first thing is to change clothes. I get into some, well, depending on the work you're doing, in this case they're going to do a hit, a murder, so they're going to get into dark clothes and cover their face and hair and try to expose as little of their skin as possible. So here they are, they've found a getaway car, or an area where there's a car park, so they should be able to find one. And here Carlo's going to drop Tom off and Tom's going to walk back over there. So we can see Tom approaching that blue car there, so he's about to steal it. Usually the white car in this situation wouldn't be nearby, but just for filming's sake. And so now they meet up at a different location, somewhere hidden, where they can just, for at least an hour or two, keep that white car off the roads and out of view. So here we go, we've basically just stolen a car, in a roleplay way, rather than just jacking somebody at lights. And so now they're going to go and do the job that the car was intended for. Of course, before you go and get a getaway car, you need to have a reason for one. So try and come up with a good roleplay reason why you need to get a getaway car. For some jobs you won't need one, say it's extortion. It's probably better to turn up in a car that's recognised as Mercanti, so you can use that reputation to do some of the work for you. However, in this situation, it's just a straight up whack. We're hitting some guys who work for a company, and essentially we've told them not to work. Anyway, long story short, we need to send a pretty strong message to the rest of the company. So always try and have a good roleplay reason, for the whack before you start all this. And definitely grab a friend and do it with somebody else. It makes it a pretty fun and in-depth experience as well. So the two targets which we'd scouted out before are now walking away. Since the time it's taken us to pull up, they've started walking. Sometimes they'll despawn, so you can't go way too far from when you first spot them. And here we send the message. And a bit unfortunate in this situation, a couple of eyewitnesses, wrong place, wrong time. So this was definitely not a good hit. Carlo's dad would not be happy, I guess, but this is the crazy land of San Andreas, where crime is but the norm. And in fact, that's kind of the whole point of this. When you create a situation where there's some time and effort goes into it, and you only get one shot at it, it just makes a really exciting experience, and it's perfect for those of us who just have done enough of the regular running around. So this just adds a little bit more of our own excitement to it. So this hit was, it was average, we have to live with the consequences of it, in game. Essentially, if you want to do that quickly, you just need to put a little bit of gasoline next to the back left tyre, the rear left tyre, and then light that, and then it should catch the tyre on fire, and then the fuel, and then the car will blow up. I enjoy the music too. And anyway, we just blew up the car, as you can see or hear, and now we're just driving off. And this is one of the important parts. We're just driving off nice and casually. There's no reason for anyone to tie this white car to that last crime, unless we start speeding off and drawing attention to ourselves. So we're just going to drive like everybody else. And with some good navigation of the radar, if you've got a teammate, you can basically just drive normally away from the cops. You won't have many stars because you're shooting NPC, of course. However, for a full immersive experience, I do recommend that everyone plays without radar and HUD, as you know. And then you'll actually have to listen out for the cops and go based on what you actually hear, and then it's even more immersive, and in first person on PC, that's going to be even better. Also note that destroying the getaway car like this is probably the least subtle way that we get rid of it. If we have more time, and for those of us who know the establishments in the family, we have certain places where we can actually drop off a car like this, and they will take care of it for us, so we don't actually have to blow it up at all. But that's for those of us in the family, and if you know those places, then cool. I suggest you use those.